In this episode of Retro Gamer Nation, we take a look at Bridge Strike for the Commodore Amiga, presented by the team at Project R3D. Bridge Strike sees you take control of an aircraft fighter as you fly into combat against insurmountable odds with the sole objective of eliminating as many enemies as you can. When our physical edition of Bridge Strike arrived through the mail, we were a little disappointed to see that the game case was just your standard DVD type casing. There's nothing specifically wrong with this format, it's just that we were hoping that the game would come in a big box format or something similar to what publisher RGCD uses to make the physical edition a true collector's item. Opening up the case, we find that it contains the game coming on 2 diskettes and a CD which contains a number of extra files such as wallpapers, game trailers, early game concept images and MP3 versions of the game soundtrack. The CD is apparently bootable on a CD32 machine, but I don't have the console to verify this myself. Flipping the CD itself over, we are again disappointed to see that it's a CDR instead of a properly pressed CD like the ones you get from RGCD. Oh well. The rest of the package includes a glossy colour manual and a sticker. Our physical edition also came with the A3 size game poster. As we load up disc 1, we are eventually taken through a series of animated cutscenes setting out the premise of the backstory. I quite appreciate the way that the introduction is presented, and I really like the backing music on offer. Before we can start playing the game, however, we have to switch over to disc 2 and endure a bit more of a loading time wait before the actual game is presented to us. As you start playing the game, you will no doubt be struck with the thought that this looks like the classic River Raid game, and you will not be far wrong in respect to gameplay style. The aim of the game is to accumulate as much points as you can by destroying various on-screen objects. You will come across bridges which must be destroyed. Destroyed bridges act as checkpoints from which the game begins when your aircraft crashes. When the last aircraft crashes, the game ends. The 16-bit pixel art graphic display is quite attractive, and the vibrant colours really do pop when you are playing the game on a CRT monitor. The whole look of the game is very clean and well defined. The in-game music soundtrack is quite good to listen to on its own, but I am not sure that it appropriately matches the gameplay at times. It does take a little while to get used to Bridge Strike's controls, as they are not immediately responsive. You see, your aircraft needs to build up momentum before you can start flying across at a decent pace. Learning how your plane accelerates and decelerates is the key to progressing through the game. The shooting mechanism is also borrowed from River Raid in that you can steer bullets after they've been shot, but beware that doing so also moves your plane in the same direction, and if you're not attentive when doing this, you'll find your plane crashing into the side of the canyon environment. In addition to navigating the landscape, you will have to deal with a number of enemy units, ranging from ordinary patrol boats to complex automatic rocket systems. Fortunately, your aircraft carrier is equipped with endless supply of rockets. However, your fuel supply is not endless, so you will have to keep an eye out on the gauge at the bottom of the screen and make sure you fly over friendly aircraft carriers to automatically refuel it from time to time. A nice touch within the game is the nighttime effect that makes the playing area go gradually dimmer, reducing playing visibility a little. It's funny, but I found it somewhat unsettling while playing with the nighttime effect. I presume that this is what the developers had intended, and to this end they succeeded. Given that the primary objective of Bridge Strike is to build up points, it makes sense that the game also offers a high score table to record your best gaming efforts. Everything within Bridge Strike is well presented, and the arcade action on offer is fun. It is just a shame that the whole experience is marred by the loading system. You see, when you lose your final life and record your name on the high score table, you want to be able to go straight in and start another game. Unfortunately, with Bridge Strike, you have to endure the initial waiting time wait all over again, or the game loads up before you can start to play again. This is a major buzzkill in my mind and severely impedes the game. Setting the game loading issue aside, Bridge Strike is a well-produced arcade game that looks great and provides a somewhat addictive gaming experience. I can't help but think that the game would be so much better if it had mission levels. Nevertheless, Bridge Strike is somewhat addictive arcade fun, all wrapped around high production values, which makes this a compelling game to consider.